The name of this shoe was once known as the BLOARFs. People made fun of it. Welcome back to ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give this unboxing a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it, as well as don't forget to hit me in the comment box if you guys have any questions about this unboxing that we're going to do today, as well as don't forget to hit those notifications as we do have some great and upcoming videos that we will be posting soon. So today we are going to have a little bit shorter of a video. This is going to be a different unboxing as well. If you guys had already guessed, these are the 380 Boost Blue Oats, also once known as the BLOARFs. Almost sounds like, I don't even know what a BLOARF. BLOARF sounds like a funny character or cartoon of some sort in my mind, but you know, glad they changed and steered away from the BLOARF name. I don't want it. And stuck with that Blue Oats. Today we're going to go through an overview of the shoe, as well as after that we're going to talk about the key differences between the reflective version and the non-reflective version. Haven't done a video on this before, but I do think it's important to kind of go through the differences because, as we all know, as Yeezy followers, reflective is always a little bit more complicated for us to cop. So I want to just go through and see whether it's worth it to cop the reflective versus the non-reflective, or if it's really no big deal. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Kanye and what's going on. Is he running for president? Is he not running for president? Who knows? But we'll get into that later. Then we're going to go into the sizing portion for this shoe, let you guys know what size would be perfect for you. And then I'm going to go through and talk a bit about the styling that we did for this shoe. It was a bit complicated at first, but then when I put the shoes on, it worked really well with all the items I selected. And then we're going to conclude with the resale on these shoes currently. So let's get into that overview. Today, we are first going to overview my first cop. I got these shoes from Kith, and these are the reflective version. So when I first saw the shoe online, I don't know, like my thoughts about it were this is kind of an ugly shoe. If you guys have seen any of my previous videos, I've already done unboxings on this specific silhouette. We've seen it in the OG colorway, which was the Aliens, and then we saw it in the Mist, and now we're actually seeing it in the Blue Oat colorway. I actually had a change of heart when I first saw these shoes on my skin tone. I actually think that this is the best colorway that they've come out with thus far. There's just something about this blue that just really pops, and I love like how natural this tan colorway really goes with my skin tone. So I know that this shoe got made fun of a lot because of the name and the Yeezy community, but I do think that this is actually a great colorway for the 380 Boost silhouette. So let's get into the details on this. Obviously, this shoe is covered in prime knit. As you can see though, on here, we've got just kind of an orangey colored prime knit that's on the medial and lateral side of the shoe, also going up in the toe box as well as into the midsection here on the tongue. And then it's got just kind of a nice natural brown tone intermixed in there. It's very puzzle-like. I have mentioned before on the stripes on the inner and outer side of the shoe. It kind of looks like an alien effect where just their acidity kind of broke through. And, you know, also I guess you could call this just a perforated shoe. So definitely going to get a lot of breathability and air going through here, as I can actually see through these holes on this shoe. So definitely some strong hardcore perforated paneling going on throughout here. We've got this kind of light tan brownish boost in the midsole atop a gum rubber outsole. as you see here. And of course we can see that boost on the bottom of the shoe in white. For those of you who have not tried a Boost shoe by Adidas yet, it is extremely comfortable. It literally feels like you're walking on a cloud. But I do actually just like all of these colors that are kind of just constructed and contrasting in different ways. I mean, it's coloring that I never would have put together, but when you actually see it on your foot, on your legs, it's pretty cool looking. I don't know. This is definitely an evolutionary silhouette out of the mix. It's definitely, you know, very modernized. This is very futuristic. I feel like if I were an astronaut or something in space, this would be like the hip and trending alien type shoe, just like the first name that it came out with. But yeah, this is definitely a successor to the 350 V2 silhouette. And of course, you know, this is basically like a mid-top here going on at the collar. So it's going to just go slightly, you know, on your ankle here. It definitely fits very snug at the top when you put this shoe on. Inside, we've got that matching blue insole with just the black Yeezy and Adidas logo on there. But overall, you know, these colors just go great, especially with these light tan sneakers. I thought it was going to be very difficult to match this with items for the styling section, but, you know, I kind of had fun with it. And I think that this shoe is definitely a statement piece with this kind of bright blue coloring, but all together with the oranges and the tans, it just really all comes together. It's kind of like just a mixed mutt of a shoe, but it works. Okay, so now what I want to go through is the key differences between the non-reflective and reflective. I swear when I unboxed the two of these shoes, I was like, I don't understand. I don't see any key differences in either of these shoes. They look exactly the same. And the problem when it comes with reflective shoes, you really have to have the shoes hitting in the right lighting. So we definitely got some pictures where you can really see the reflective version showing, but we're gonna do, you know, some images as well for you guys where it shows the two shoes next to each other so you can actually see it for yourselves, because right now you probably can't even see the key differences. It's really one of those silhouettes where it's like you have to have it in the perfect lighting to see where the additional added reflective area is on this shoe. Because of course, even though it says that this is the non-reflective shoe, these stripes definitely reflect in the light when you move it around. I mean, it's definitely there. So that's where I was like, I'm kind of confused. Like, I don't get the difference. But then when I got it in the right lighting, you can see the sewing and stitching on this reflective shoe. So it is the same kind of light blue tone that is just stitched in that darker brown tan coloring. And it's just, you know, very subtle, but when it hits the light, oh my God, this is a beautiful shoe. It literally just shines all throughout the silhouette. And on this one, you don't get that additional threading. Do I think it's necessary to go with a reflective over the non-reflective? No, I think both of the shoes still look great. And you're still, like I said, going to get that reflection on the stripes on the medial and lateral side of the shoe. But if you want that extra oomph and you can actually cop a pair, I would definitely highly recommend going for the reflective pair, because it definitely has an all over effect going on with this specific shoe, and the colors just really pop because it lights the entire shoe up. So there you have it for the non-reflective versus the reflective. Let me know if you guys were able to cop either of these ones, and which one do you prefer? Do you care if a shoe is the reflective version, or do you not care and you're just like, whatever, I'll go with the non-reflective, it still looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about Kanye. What is going on, guys? I feel like you guys need to just comment in my box. There's just some interesting stuff surfacing over social media and the news on him. You know, he definitely, you know, mentioned to everybody, obviously, that he was going to be running for president. How crazy is that? And, you know, I did get a couple comments from some of my viewers saying, I don't know if I want to rock Yeezys anymore because he could, you know, be affecting, you know, the image of my shoe. Do you guys even care? Like, if he's running for president, is it going to affect your choice as to whether or not you purchase Yeezys anymore? Or are you like, whatever, I love the shoe anyways, so it doesn't really matter? And then, you know, there's all this other information. He didn't have, you know, all real signatures. Some were fake, some were real, but it just didn't hit the number count that he needed to in order to get all those signatures in time to be able to run. And then we've got Kim apologizing because he's bipolar. I mean, it's crazy. I feel like Kanye is always in the news for, you know, so many different things, whether it's he's signing a 10-year deal with Gap or, you know, he's said something publicly that shocks the nation. But other than that, he has definitely continued to create great looking shoes. And, you know, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if it's going to affect whether or not you are going to stay a Yeezy fan or if you're not going to stay a Yeezy fan. Okay, and now into our favorite section, which is the styling section. So in my neighborhood, I was able to find some cool art that was done on the fencing. I don't know what it's called, but like it's really cool looking, and they use basically like a canvas material fabric and they tie it around to make these artistic designs on the fences. And for some reason, it just like worked really well, I felt like, with this shoe. So in the first item that I wore, it was just a simple R13 denim romper. And denim, I just feel like, especially light denim, really works with this blue coloring tone. And I wanted something more neutral and subdued to really help these shoes pop. And I definitely feel like, you know, the blue hues in it really got brought out when the sun hit it as well. So you're definitely going to see some of that reflectiveness going on in the shoe with that first denim look. So in that backdrop, it was just a simple unicorn. I mean, I don't know how they made a unicorn out of fabric, but hey, it worked. Had a hint of some hot pink on there. And, you know, I think it just really kind of worked that artsy feel with, you know, really helping these shoes kind of pop as the backdrop of it. But definitely loved how, you know, this coloring looked and that lighting as well. It just really had like kind of an orangey sunrise this morning. So definitely helped make that look really much better than I feel like it would have looked on a gray, cloudy day. And then next up, I went with a Supreme t-shirt in just a terry gray with some simple light denim again, but in the pants version, so you guys could see just a pants look. I was able to find a nice orange backdrop, which was great because this definitely has orange in it, and I wanted you guys to kind of see the orange against the orange to see how these colors pop off of this silhouette. And also, you know, like you see images online all the time, and sometimes it looks orange or it doesn't look as orange, but you know, I feel like when you're in a different backdrop than just a basic white, you can really get a feel about what kind of orange coloring this shoe has on it. And so with that look, it was just simple, casual, again, helped with the shoe being still the statement piece. So that's kind of why I went with that more subdued look. And then for the final look, I just chose a sweatsuit. I don't know how I managed to get in that sweatsuit. Luckily this morning was only 80 degrees, but there is no way I could have ever gotten in that with the temperature that it is now, which is like around 90 degrees and extremely humid. So that was Melody Asani sweatsuit in just kind of a creamy yellow buttery color tone. And I just felt like it was just such a great match for these shoes, especially with these cream laces. It just worked really well. And again, you know, it kind of took a backdrop to the shoes in that sense where it was a very neutral paleted coloring scheme. But just all of those colors just worked so well together in that last look. So other than that, guys, let me know your thoughts on the 3 looks that I selected and what was your favorite. All right, let's jump into sizing. So for this specific silhouette, my foot does feel like it gets pushed up a bit into the toe box. And so it does feel a little bit crammed. I typically am a 7.5, but in this specific silhouette, I got a men's 8 US. And so I'm a woman's in size 9, if you're not sure about the translation between the sizing. For this one, I don't know what it is, but the toe box for me is just very shallow and narrow. And so I like for my feet to have a little bit of extra space. So I definitely recommend sizing up. As you can see as well on the back, there's a lot of extra padding. And so it makes it hard for your heel to really sit back inside the collar here. And so that's why I definitely recommend going a half a size up in this specific silhouette. So again, I'm a 7.5, but I went with a size 8 in the 380 silhouette. All right, let's get into the resale on these shoes right now. So once again, I mentioned earlier, I copped these reflectives from Kith and I copped the non-reflectives on Yeezy Supply. So 2 different places, luck of the draw. But as far as the reflective goes, it was rumored that the reflectives were the most limited of all reflectives ever released. It was rumored to be less than 1,000, and a lot of stores carried way less than we've seen before, which can sometimes have a major effect on how the shoe is currently reselling. And so as far as the retail goes, it was a little bit different for the reflective versus the non-reflective. So the non-reflective retailed at $230. And as far as the resale goes for this specific shoe, it's currently on the lower end going for $244 for size 10. And then on the higher end, it's going for $323 for a larger size 16. As far as just kind of an average, the shoe is definitely around the 300 marker. So definitely, you know, reselling for a little bit more, but not like double the profit. But hey, you're going to make a little bit of lunch money on it. As far as the reflective shoes go, these are retailed at $250, so a little bit more than the non-reflectives. And currently, the lowest price is $300 for a size 4. On the higher end, size 16 is going for $477. So a little bit higher in pricing, but again, these did cost more on the retail side. I do think as time goes by, these are probably going to pick up in price point just because people are going to realize how limited they were. And as far as pictures go, when pictures just start to come out on these specific shoes and how they look in the lighting, I think they're going to do better as well. But overall, both shoes are kind of solidly reselling for around 300s in that range. All right, guys. Well, that is my unboxing for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe box as well as give this video a thumbs up at the end, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this unboxing, as well as feel free to leave me comments if you have any questions about these shoes. Let me know in the comment box. Do you like them? Would you pass on these? Were you surprised on how the colors looked? And as always, don't forget to hit that notification box. I want to alert you guys because, again, we have another premiere this Friday on the Dior Jordans that I don't want you guys to miss. And we have another great video coming out before that. So stay tuned, hit those notifications. And until next time, guys, we'll see you then.